So we can walk the baby out. Walk it 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 out. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I am going to be sharing my labor and delivery vlog / story. So let's begin, shall we? I always assumed that you only carry a baby for 9 months. Turns out you carry a baby for 10 months. Saturday, I ended up going to the emergency room because I was hurting so bad. When they say, oh no, unfortunately, you're not in labor. You're only 1 centimeter. I ended up going back home. So I was crying, of course, and I was upset. Sunday, I still was in pain. Monday, I ended up going to my OBGYN, my delivery doctor, and she checked me and she was like, oh, you're still only 1 centimeter. Your water hasn't broke. And Tuesday, I was still having the pains, but it was so regularly, I can't talk. I kind of got used to it, if that makes sense. I decided I wanted some McDonald's. So I convinced my husband to go get some McDonald's for me. To drive me, because at that point I was hurting so bad that I couldn't even really stand to drive. We forgot the money or something, and we turned back in the house to come back, and I sat on this exercise ball that I have, and I sat on it and I started rocking back and forth, and I stood up, and all of a sudden I just started peeing on myself. And I was like, but at that point it had started happening, you know, kind of often when I would walk or cough or laugh. I would, you know, trinkle just a little bit. So I'm like, oh, I'm peeing on myself again, you know, and I did feel like I had to go pee earlier. So I was like, let me go to the bathroom and go pee. So I sit on the toilet and I go pee, and then a lot of pee comes out. And I'm like, man, I must really had to pee. So I stand up, I'm like, I'm done, you know, and then more pee comes out. And I'm like, I told my husband, I'm like, babe, I think my water just broke. He's not due for another 2 weeks, but I think my water just broke. He was like, are you sure? I was like, I don't know. My water just broke. I don't know. I call the emergency room at the hospital and I tell them, you know, I think my water just broke and I don't know if it broke or not. And she was like, well, you know what? Just go ahead and come on in. You know, we'll check you just to be sure. I get up, you know, and I start to put on my clothes, and a whole bunch of water comes out, like a whole bunch. And I just walking, and I'm just walking around the house dripping water, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my water's... So my husband at this point, he's panicking, you know, he's like, do you have all the stuff? And, you know, he's running around trying to get this, running around trying to get that, going down to the car, you know, because we weren't expecting him. So like, we didn't have the car seat in the car, you know, we put it together, but you know, we thought that he was going to be due or delivered on his actual day. This is Tuesday, by the way. I don't know if I said that. This is Tuesday morning, around 11:30. And so they wheel me upstairs to the labor and delivery room.
I need you to text my sister the address. My sister and Gwen give me the address to the hospital.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm gonna go to sleep in the hospital. I don't wanna go to sleep in the hospital. What are you doing?
Texting your sister.
Just a piece. So they gave me some very good medicine.
Okay.
Makes you feel like chicken.
Hi guys. I didn't get a chance to do my hair. My hair looks a hot mess. But we are in the hospital now, getting ready to have him. I have got the epidural. The needle that numbs you for the epidural really hurt. But this IV that I got hurt a lot worse. So I'm 1 centimeter and 70% defaced. And this is what my room looks like. They're getting ready to check me in a little bit to see if I'm dilated or not again. Hopefully I am dilated. I will try my best to keep you guys updated. Now, I didn't share this earlier, but the reason why I didn't really get a chance to vlog like I wanted to vlog or upload videos like I wanted to upload videos is because when I was 12 weeks, I started having contractions. Then I started having contractions again when I was 20 weeks pregnant because I had uterine fibroids. Two were in the birth canal. One was the size of a large cantaloupe. The other one was the size of a large lime. So I was always in a lot of pain. When it came time for me to have my labor, we had already discussed, me and my OBGYN, that they had set me up for a vaginal delivery. We really wanted to try to do a vaginal delivery. If push came to shove and he was in distress, then I was going to have a C-section. At like maybe 9, a doctor comes in and she said that she was the cesarean doctor. And at this point, because I had been in labor since Tuesday and it's Thursday and I'm still only 2.5 centimeters, she checked me, that they thought it was best to go ahead and have a C-section. And she was like, instead of us being able to get you this way because of where his head is and where the fibroids are, it's too dangerous. I'm going to have to remove the large fibroid in order for me to try to get to your baby. Once I cut your stomach open, his oxygen supply is going to be depleted. The way she was making it seem like it was going to be save me or save my baby. And of course, you know, the first thing that's running through my mind is save my baby. I don't care about me. I just want him to live. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional, but yeah, she said, but before we do that, I want to try to put you back on the Pitocin one more time. We're going to dosing it up every 30 minutes. I really want to give it a try. She was like, because the C-section is just too dangerous, you know, and I don't want to risk losing one of you guys. Once the cesarean doctor left out, she told my husband that she was going to come back and get him to get him dressed and prepare him. And they were going to wheel me off and prepare me for a C-section. And at this point I was only 2.5 centimeters still. I hadn't even made it up to 3, and I was when I tell you I was exhausted, I was exhausted, like physically, mentally. I was overwhelmed, and I was just ready for my baby to be born, and I could hold him in my arms and kiss him and hear his voice. And so anyways, sorry guys, yeah, I'm a crybaby. That's why I didn't put on any makeup, because I was like, I know I'm gonna cry. Oh my goodness, I try so hard not to cry. But me and my husband, we just started praying. About 5 minutes after she left out, the nurse comes in and she hooks a bag of Pitocin. So about maybe 10-15 minutes later, I started feeling like I needed to go poop. Like, not a little poop, but like a big poop. And I'm like, oh my goodness, my husband's praying. And at this point I had been tripping for like the last day. Like, I was just giving the nurses a hard time. Every time, you know, the monitors would beep, I just thought something was wrong with my baby. My husband was like, babe, just, you know, just calm down. It's natural for you to feel that way. You know, they just started the Pitocin. I'm like, no, babe, I seriously feel like I need to poop. Like, I'm gonna poop. I can't hold it in. It's gonna come in. He was like, well, then just poop. I was like, I don't want to poop at the hospital. And I was like, oh my goodness, I really have to poop. I mean, the pressure was like, I can't even explain it. And so I started screaming, help me. So I called into the nurse's station, and they're like, yes, ma'am. I could tell in her voice. She was like, oh, she's crying wolf again. What does she want now? I was like, ma'am, I have to go poop. I have to really, really bad. I can't hold it in. I just need somebody to come help me. You know, I don't know what's going on, but I really, really, really have to go poop. So she comes in there, she takes her time. And at this point, I'm like, oh my goodness. I got my hands down. I'm trying to stop the poop from coming out, and every time I put my hands down there and I like hold my breath, I could see on the monitor that his heart level would drop, right? And then when I would stop holding it, his heart level would start back again. So she comes in, she's like, okay. So she reaches up, you know, she pulls up the covers and she goes, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. She was like, just hold on 1 second, just don't do anything, just, you know, she's having me to do the Lamaze. At that point, it was all out the window. I was like, it was out the window. I was not trying. No, I had to go poop. something's not right. Somebody needs to help me. Well, she goes to open the door, and as soon as she opens the door, my delivery doctor that was off, she comes up, to check on me. So she's like, doctor, she's crowning, blah, blah. And so my doctor goes, wait, what? You just told me that she was 2.5 centimeters like 15 minutes ago. She was like, I know. I don't know what happened. My doctor comes in and she goes, hey, how you? I'm tripping. Like, seriously. When I tell you, that's why I did not get a lot of vlogging done, you know, between his heart stopping and the Pitocin and just, you know, them coming out. So my doctor comes up, she lifts up the covers and she's like, she starts getting, she's like, I need you to give me blah, blah, blah. She's talking to the nurses, give me blah, 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 right? And this is what it sounds like in my head, because I'm over here like, I can't stop it. Somebody help. You know, I'm in my own zone. I got my eyes closed. I'm just like, and I know I was loud. I could feel myself being loud. She was like, it's okay. You're getting ready to have your baby. Guys, I was so weak. Keep in mind, I have been going back and forth to the doctor since Monday. They admitted me Tuesday around 10:30ish. It's Thursday afternoon. I had no water. I had no food. The only thing I had was the liquids that they were giving me through the IV, and that was it. When I tell you I was mentally drained, I was physically drained, I had reached my breaking point. And I'm like, Lord, if you can hear me, I know you can hear me. I need your help, because I'm not going to be able to push him out by myself, because I just don't have the energy to do it. Here I go getting emotional again. But I really didn't have the energy to be able to push him out. So they had nurses to get behind me. Of course, my husband's standing here. He's holding my hand and he's encouraging me and rubbing my head and just telling me about how proud of me he is and how he knows that I can do this and I'm the strongest woman in the world. And, you know, I love him so much, you know. So anyways, I'm like, okay, it's time, you know, I'm ready to get it over with.